Boom, 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 boom. Hello, this is Captain X and Rogue One, and as you can tell, we actually researched the music for Crouching Tiger because we know the music, but it's so layered. It's not like there's like a tune that you can latch onto. And we listened to a bunch of tracks and we're like, we can't do anything with that.
We can't, yeah.
And we came across the percussion section in one of the fight scenes. I was like, I think I'm going to do like clapping for that bit. So
we did clapping.
And allegedly I've been like shirking all of the music duties.
You haven't been shirking. I didn't say that. It was just you've never gone solo.
I've never gone solo.
For an intro, whereas I have multiple times.
Show off. So, so this is our review for the sequel.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny.
Yeah, which is a Netflix movie.
A Netflix exclusive movie. Good for them.
Good for them. They're doing really well.
They are. They're doing great. Like they are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, they're kind of going all Marvel over what would be Warner Brothers, which is kind of Amazon Prime.
Yeah. They are the ones who are fighting, but they're on a more equal footing.
Yeah, well, Amazon Prime, I feel, is a little bit behind it with its original series, but it's building it up.
It's building up.
So not quite as devastating as.
I mean, people say a lot of good stuff about like Mr. Robot. I just don't have time to watch all the Amazon Prime stuff. That's my problem.
I do need to make the effort. It's on my watch list, so we should
watch it. But that's not why we're here.
That's not why we're here. Sorry, we don't want to go into the existential argument of which is better, Netflix or Amazon.
Because they're both great.
They worked well together. So anyway, that's a whole different discussion,
which we might do sometime. I don't know. So she's Captain X. I'm Rogue One because we didn't really introduce ourselves.
I did.
Well, yes, you did. Okay, fine.
But we're just making sure you know who we are.
Making sure you know who's who.
After awesome percussion solo.
Precisely. So, a lot of you may remember Crouching Tiger because it was a very good film.
What did you think?
I really liked it. It's a wonder. It's quite remarkable that it's as good as it is. Because watching the trailer, I didn't think it would be as good as it was.
Because the trailer, like I said, it was like watching a game. There is this awful shot that even in the movie wasn't that great, where you've got two guys, you don't know who they are. You know one guy's the bad guy and you don't know who the guy who's fighting him is. And it looked like a computer game. It looked like a video game and not a good one.
Not a good one, no.
Because they're like crashing through this tower. Like they are like Superman density kind of stuff.
And I really don't understand why they chose to do that in the trailer, because it's by far and away like not the best part at all.
And there's some really good visual effects.
There's some wonderful like fight choreography and stuff going on.
I would say that was the weakest visual shot.
Yeah, so I don't know why they chose to go with it, apart from the fact that we have a nice tower.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that probably cost the most. So they were like, put it in the trailer. And the trailer, it looked okay. I was a bit worried that they were only bringing back like one main character,
which they did really.
I can't remember if the son, because basically it all kicks off that. I can't remember the character's name. Shulien. I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
Her mentor, who was basically her mentor in the previous movie, has died, and her son, and it might be the same actor. I don't know. I didn't take him in. He wasn't a main character.
I don't know if it is the same actor, but yeah, the son.
And the plot all kicks off that the Sword of Destiny, the magic green sword that Chow Yun-fat had in the first film. This warlord is like, the Green Destiny's been hidden.
Hades Dai is his name.
Everyone has been told, which is a great name for a bad guy, because even like hell isn't it?
It's fantastic.
So he hid it and made this rumour up that it was lost.
They all decided to do it. Yeah, Surtay
dies.
Yeah, the old man from the first film, who was always like, you and Li Mubai should be together. No, everyone knows the sword exists. It's just no one knew where it was.
No one knew it was. And now somehow, you don't actually find out how, but everyone now knows the sword is there.
No, you do find out how. Because his dad in his last days kept it out near him. Yes, kept it out near him.
And then, fair enough. So the sword is out. There is a bad guy called Hades, which is amazing.
Hades Dai.
Who is trying to take over the world, basically, and he wants the sword because it's the best sword, which I really like that they actually went into why it's such the best sword. It was made it's kind of like Valyrian steel in the Game of Thrones. Like it's the best, baddest sword. No one makes anything like that. Which is why the building goes down at the end. The city shot, video shot, is because the sword breaks the building. And I think probably if we do, there are a lot of spoilers to this movie, and I think it's best to not know them.
Yeah, so if
we teeter around the spoilers, then give our review rating, and then we can go into spoilers like we usually do. So, what were your favourite parts?
Everything with Donnie Yen, aka Ip Man, aka
Oh,
in this
Silent Wolf.
So in this Silent Wolf, but most people who know these kind of martial arts films will know him as Ip Man, which is a particularly good franchise
he was
of martial
very
arts
cool.
films. And he's amazing. And he's playing a character who
We
can't
can't
talk
talk about because that's a spoiler.
yeah,
Because
sorry,
it is kind of cool that you don't know that.
that is cool.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in the spoiler
Yeah,
section.
we'll talk about that spoiler
So
section. But he's really he's really
a
good,
cool
as you'd
character
expect.
who, even though he wasn't in the first film, is sort of in the first film.
Sort of. He's
kind
important.
of like an unseen character in that. Well, I think
Yeah.
that's fair enough to say.
Yeah. He's unseen and mentioned. And
So he's awesome, and he has
And
like
he's
this
great.
awesome band of five fantastic guys
Yeah.
and one lady
Yeah.
who just kind of there were so many beats where I kept saying, oh, this is this, and there is yet another tavern scene. The tavern's obviously a lot smaller because they couldn't afford to wreck a whole building like they did last time,
but
that
it's
was
a really
that was
good
fun.
sequence. It's a
That
really
was
good
fun,
sequence.
and you kept Ip Man kept like jumping all over the place,
Yeah.
and
Silent
he doesn't
Wolf.
stand for about the
No.
first 2 minutes of the fight. He still just sat down, and these guys are like, "I'm gonna kill you," and he has like no weapons, and they have axes, and he's still kicking their ass, and it's really fun.
Yeah,
It's a really fun
and,
scene.
and his footwork's amazing. Like the whole choreography of his feet,
Yeah,
and the fact that it's him doing it because he's that good. Because Donnie Yen is that good. Like
he was a very good
he was
kind
amazing.
of a very good. I wouldn't say replacement, kind of an inheritor after Chow Yun-fat, because Chow Yun-fat was really good in Crouching Tiger.
Chow Yun-fat?
Yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
that's why I said Chow Yun-fat earlier.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It is Chow Yun-fat.
Okay, good. Yeah, no. I thought it wasn't for some reason. I don't know
Because he's
why.
in Bulletproof Monk as well.
Okay,
Which
good.
is another kettle of something.
It is, yes.
It's not fish,
No,
but it's something
no.
else.
But
And there are two characters, there's kind of two new little kind of I don't really feel like I can even call them lovebirds because I don't think that's the right phrase for it.
No, they are though. They're like
It's more than a love story though.
it is.
If anyone has ever no, I can't say
No,
that
you
because
can't.
there's okay. I will say something in the
Well,
spoiler
it's-
section of something that it reminded me of, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it influenced it or if, you know. But it's a story plot I've heard before, but I really liked how it was used.
Yeah.
About this young girl called I think Snow Vase,
Yeah.
which I kind of didn't like
That's
that
her.
name.
That's
I
her
kind of
name.
didn't
Yeah.
like that name.
It's a
but-
good name for her though. It's nice.
Yeah, empty vessel. And she wants to be trained how to be a martial
but
artist.
she melts. And she gets filled with like good skills and fun stuff and
She doesn't really learn a great deal. She has like 2 days worth of training in the film.
I think it was a good 3 days.
And then there's
But yeah,
this
it's
young
good.
whippersnapper thief who's been sent to steal the sword. And my favourite fight scene was where these two are both trying to steal the Green Destiny, and they've both broken in, and they're having a fight sequence in a tiny room filled with china vases. And they're fighting each other, but they're having to do it in silence. So every now and then, one of them sees a vase dropping, so they have to catch it with their foot. And it was brilliant.
It was really good.
I think that was the best and most inventive fight scene. There were a lot of fun fight scenes. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was very inventive.
That was very good.
The
fun.
way they used the space.
Yeah, the way they were using the space and stuff was very good. It's
There's a
odd.
witch.
There is a witch.
There's another
Yeah,
witch.
they brought a witch and with much more sort of magical powers to it and things than anything they had in the first one.
But we can't talk about that because that's spoilers.
Yeah, no.
And she
Sure.
has crazy white eyes.
She does, which is
And
awesome.
she is a little bit of a whole, MacGuffin, magic powers, drawing characters together. It's a little bit like
But
that.
that's what you kind of have to.
You kind of have to get
Someone
it going.
has to. Yeah, someone has to.
But I didn't mind because she's a witch. You're like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And everyone's going after the sword, and it keeps changing hands, and
It's sort of as you'd
it's-
expect from the sequel, really. And there's a great feeling of like patterns repeating.
it's a lot of the same beats. Like there's
But it's good because you get
there's
the sense that
someone
that's what it
falling
should be.
from a mountain. There is someone falling from a mountain,
Yeah.
like the first one, like how the first one ends.
Yeah.
There's the tavern scene.
There's a chase, nighttime chase over some rooftops.
There's beats. Oh, and it's a young girl who wants to be trained.
Yeah.
And
She actually agrees this time, as opposed to not really
well,
agreeing
there's
last
kind of
time.
there's
She agrees.
I know she agrees,
Yeah.
but it's a completely different.
Circumstance.
Yeah, it's a completely different circumstance. So
Yeah.
it's not like she was in exactly the same circumstance
No,
than
no.
the last one.
But and there's a wonderful bit of sort of place being under siege and that sort of thing, and Will Silent
Oh
Wolf
yeah, like
and his
massive
Oh,
throwdown ninjas,
and Will Silent Wolf and his
which
band
they
of
were
mercenaries
actually
be able
lacking.
to.
They didn't
Or the
really
mo-
have that in the Crouching Tiger
No.
because it was two bad guys and that was
right.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was kind of awesome to see like this army of ninjas
Yeah.
just get wasted. Actually,
Yes.
but I thought it wasn't Crouching Tiger remake because obviously Ang Lee, haha.
No, because
there's no
you
point
can't stand up.
emulating.
Yeah.
It's like the colour palette was brighter. Like apart from with the exception of a few scenes,
Yeah.
like the wedding scene from Crouching Tiger is an exception where there's a lot of red. Most of Crouching Tiger was quite muted colour palette. There were some muted scenes, but
Yeah.
most of it was very visually colourful. And there was very high contrast, and
Yeah.
I liked that difference.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, there's one shot which is straight out of a western. There's a guy like
guy on
Silent
a
Wolf
horse. Yeah,
has
Silent,
a
yeah.
leather
Yeah, his
cowboy
introduction.
hat.
Yeah, his introduction is very sort of.
He is a cowboy. It's
I'm the man with no name. I'm coming out of the wilderness. I'm here to help.
like he
I'm
could have
going to
taken his
gather
hat
together
off,
my
and it
guys.
could have been, you know.
It was almost like when he was gathering to the guys in the tavern. I was like, now we're 7. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
"Listen,
was
7."
kind of-
I was just
yeah.
like, let's just go. This is good. But then that's what they've always been like the stories of samurais and stuff. Doing that
Apart
kind of
from
thing. It's
47
heavy.
Ronin with Keanu Reeves,
Yes, well,
which
apart.
is a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. But yeah, it was really, really good. It was
I thought it's
genuinely really enjoyable.
I think it's a very good companion piece.
It is. It really is. They should
It
be proud.
wasn't. It just because it would have been so easy to screw this up, like so easy to try and make the same movie again and try and pull back all of the main characters, because I think this is the problem with sequels, is they try and drag in as many characters and actors as they can.
But that can work sometimes.
It can if the story opens it, and if the original one, because we've been talking about Phantom of the Opera and Love Never Dies today.
Yes.
And how the sequel Love Never Dies actually completely overrides the first one.
Yeah, but you don't.
So this doesn't do that. Like I think that's the problem with a lot of sequels, is they override the first one
they
to
diminish.
justify it.
Yeah,
they diminish it.
They diminish it.
And this did not feel diminished because it was a continuation, but not like, oh, let's get this actor in and this character in, even though it wouldn't make sense.
No.
And yeah, I really enjoyed it. For me, are you ready to give ratings so we can go into spoilers, or is there more?
I want to mention the glacier fight. I like that very much.
Oh, there is an awesome frozen lake scene, and they're like breaking the ice and throwing chunks at each other and sliding all over the place.
It's really good.
It's the first time I've ever seen someone doing kung fu while sliding backwards.
Yeah,
I'm sure other people have done it, but that's the first time I've seen it, and it was
good.
It was really good. It was really good.
What I have to say. Yeah, I thought it was. Yes, I thought it was really, really good. And I think all the cast were excellent. And I'm sorry that I don't know all their names, but they were all really good.
Yeah, we have only seen it once, and because we saw it with subtitles, it is quite hard to catch everyone's name. So how many stars out of 5 would you give this?
It's a worthy sequel. It's not quite as good as the original. It's good fun though. Very, very much good fun. I would say. Solid 3.5 out of 5.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, because
usually you're more generous than me. This is the first time I think I'm going to be more generous than you.
But I just don't think. I mean,
it's fair enough. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. Well, what would you give Crouching Tiger then?
I'd give Crouching Tiger like a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5. But I don't think this is as good as Crouching.
No, it's not as good. It's not as good. Well, it's a different animal. It's not trying to be Crouching Tiger. No, I'm just sorry. This is just the first time, because usually I'm the harsh marker and you're the generous one.
I mean, I don't know.
Because for me, Crouching Tiger is 5 out of 5. I'm sure there are things that could be made better about it, but I don't care. I just think it's a really good movie, and I'd say this is a good 4.
Maybe
there are faults. There are some plot gaps, but because it's so enjoyable, I don't care. Like
it was really enjoyable. Like, actually, the guy. Maybe I'll bump it up. No,
you don't have to. If you want to give it a 3.5, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. You don't have to. So do you want to stick it with you 3.5?
Actually, I will give it a 4. I will give it a 4.
4.
Yeah, because it does, like I said, it does sort of equal it, and it is a good companion piece, and everything.
There are some room for improvement.
Yeah, but only minor bits.
Minor bits. It's minor tweaks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 4.
So it's a pair of 4s, which I don't think we've ever done before.
No.
So this is possibly our highest rated movie. Possibly.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think I may have been more generous to some of our bonds.
Yeah, but then I'm harsher.
Yeah, that's true.
So it probably balances out. Okay, so this is where we give the spoiler warning. So I really would recommend that if you haven't seen it, don't listen to the rest of this video, because it will affect how you view the movie, because there are some surprises that you don't even know are going to be surprises.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think it would spoil it if you knew.
And some lovely twists.
Please go and see it. Please go and support it. Tell your friends, because I feel like this movie, because it's so good, does deserve to do quite well.
Yeah, because you should definitely watch it on Netflix.
Because it wasn't really being that promoted. Because we were trolling through Netflix for about a good 10 minutes before we came across it.
That's true, but I had heard about it and know that
we had heard about it, but it's not being. It's pretty low down. Like in the action section, it's pretty far down.
But
I think it should be high. So go and watch it.
Yeah, watch it on Netflix.
Okay, so less spoilers.
Less spoilers. So Silent Wolf, my favourite character, the man himself,
the Ip Man,
Donnie Yen, the dude with the awesome feet. It turns out he's a character we've actually heard about before in Crouching Tiger, because he is, in Crouching Tiger lore, Shu Lien's fiance, the guy who died, and the person who both Lien and Li Mubai were honouring by not getting together in the first one because he was dead. But it turns out he wasn't dead, and he faked his death so that they would get together, but they didn't.
Because of their honour.
Yikes.
And that was such a cool twist, because I didn't see that coming. Like, I had a feeling he would be connected somehow, but I didn't think it was that. And it turns out that the guy who they thought killed him was the Hades guy, the bad guy in this movie, which I really liked that. I really liked that.
Had we heard? I don't know, because we did recently rewatch Crouching Tiger, didn't we?
It wasn't mentioned how he died or who killed him.
It's
just mentioned that
he
died. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I couldn't remember.
They might have said he died in a duel, but they didn't say who killed him. Okay. But I did like how they used that.
Yes, as a springboard.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was good.
And that was my favourite twist, actually, because I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it was really good. I went in thinking, because of the trailer we'd seen, I was like, the trailer does not do this film justice at all.
No,
and I went in
not at all. It makes it look very gimmicky, and it's not gimmicky at all.
No.
It's got quite a bit of heart in it as well, and the connection between the thief and Snow Vase
is really good.
It's actually really good, and it's not romantic. They don't kiss.
Particularly because, and we forgot to bring this up in the spoiler-free bit, because he gets captured and he's in the cage for most of the movie, just talking to her and annoying her in the courtyard.
Yeah, that was quite fun.
Which was really fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them, and I don't feel like it would be a romance. I just feel like it is something else.
Okay, I feel like
they didn't kiss.
Romance. No, they didn't. No. So
they
could just be buddies,
brothers and sisters in arms or something. I really enjoyed it. I thought visually it wasn't perfect. It wasn't as good as the original, but there was some pretty stunning visuals. Like the first couple of shots, you're seeing this plateau, and she stops. At the mountain,
where,
and you don't know why at the time.
No.
And then later you find out that's where she thought
her fiance died. Son Wolf.
Why he faked his death.
And
went to live on a mountain.
And went to live on a mountain, which was another beautiful shot when it was going around him.
Yeah, it was just doing ninja moves on top of a
mountain and just doing stuff. And I love the scenes between the two of them, between Donnie Yen and Michelle Yeoh, where they're talking about
very understated
their relationships and stuff like that. And the fact that they actually talk. And stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, oh god, I forgot to mention this as well. The fact that Cersei, the reason she goes to where the Green Destiny is because the old guy from the first film, Cersei, dies, and then the son says, no, I've made a vow, I'm going to protect the Green Destiny, and she's like, well, Hades dies, going to come here with all these guys, and he's going to put us under siege.
Which is what happens.
Might be better if we get rid of the sword. And he's like, no, I made a vow to my father. I said I'd keep it protected. We've got to keep it safe here. It's going to be, and then he dies, and it was really sad. Because he wasn't stupid. He wasn't being stupid. He was just trying to do what he thought was right, and and he figured he could do it. I really liked him. So yeah, there you go. Those are some good spoilery stuff about it. Yeah. Is there anything else we haven't touched on?
I thought the ending was unclear. The ending was a bit rushed.
Because I'm not familiar with the source material, I don't know where it goes from there. But
well, there are always more stories.
Yeah.
With that sort of thing. But I really enjoyed it. It was a fun. It was a fun evening movie.
Fun romp. It was a fun romp. It was exactly what we wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, right. Okay, sorry, that's kind of been as usual, a bit of a ramble. So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.